We really had a great day for today, and I asked many of you to give it a rating, 1 to 10, 10 being best, and a lot of you had those perfect 10s across the board, and you should. Today we had clear skies, sunshine, no rain, and temperatures that were very comfortable. Actually, those temperatures were slightly below average. Will this last? Well, let's go over it all. Here's satellite and radar showing a little bit of noise on those radar returns, but nothing to account for as far as rain goes. And we may have some fog start to form in the overnight hours, but even that looks very patchy. Now down in Virginia, they have had some action. Some storms bubble up, but mainly those downpours, very isolated. Nothing to worry about in our region here in West Virginia. So surface map, we have high pressure that's in the driver's seat. It has started to shift over just slightly, trying to make its way over to our region. We already had the benefits of it today with that dry air, dry surface air. So that rain stayed far away. By the way, all this rain is basically left over from what we had earlier this week. It's just now sunk down to the south. Now, as we go into the next few days, let's talk about this during the evening shows. We have a trough that could pull this moisture back into our region and give us a few rain chances. Those start to increase as we finish off our week here. But let's recap today. Today's daytime high temperatures were in the low 80s, if not the low 80s, the upper 70s. So some areas were missing the mark on typical daytime highs for late August. So it was slightly cool in some areas, only by a few degrees. By the way, that photo in the background was sent in by Mary Barker. It's really beautiful sunset, isn't it? Kind of matches our map there. So thank you, Mary, for sending that our way over from Philippi. Today's temperatures really were awesome. And right now we are sitting pretty pleasant as well. Upper 50s, lower 60s current temperatures across the board. We haven't felt these marks in quite some time. So again, a nice night to open up the windows, enjoy it while it's here, because remember, we are still in summer and those hot days could be making a return. But for tonight, looking good, feeling good, clear skies, a little bit of fog is possible. But again, it should be pretty patchy. Mid 50s, upper 50s as we enter into tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's forecasted daytime highs in the low 70s for areas like Snowshoe, low 80s for places like Elkins. And then as we make our way down to the lowlands, we begin to feel those mid 80s. In fact, let's shift over the map here. You can see that we are forecasting those mid 80s. Some upper 80s are possible, but even with the upper 80s for places like Weston or Glenville, Harrisville, we still have low dew points. So it should still feel very comfortable, even though those marks would be slightly above average. Usually we run the low 80s for this time of the year. Futurecast here we are currently with those showers over in Virginia. May see a little something down to the south as we enter into tomorrow morning, but north central West Virginia staying nice and dry, clear skies. Entering into tomorrow afternoon, clouds start to filter in during the afternoon. Into the late afternoon, we may see a shower, but if we do, it would be fairly isolated during the late afternoon, evening hours, and again, mainly down to the south or out to the east, where kind of that moisture tries to sneak in. Now, this is the big news story for tonight in the weather world. We just had Tropical Depression 13, that advisory come out. The current track, as that advisory states, has Florida in the cone. So what does that mean? Well, we still have a few days to work with this, but if it did keep on the track, it could have an impact on Florida, and it would become Laura, the next tropical name system. We're going through these names here, and we're reaching into the peak hurricane season, and we're halfway down the list here. So we still have a few days to work with this, see where it goes, but this is something meteorologists are keeping their eye on, especially as they are down around Florida. We don't really have to worry about that in our region, but something to mention. Next couple days here, temperatures remain pretty seasonable until we go into the weekend. Then we start to feel that warm air creep back in. Also, those rain chances will become more widespread Friday into Saturday with an isolated storm that could bring a downpour. The WDTV First Alert weather app available through Google and Apple. Download it today.